Welcome back. Today, I found a secret about becoming a versatile legend. Before we can claim our ultimate utility, we have to climb to stage 30 of the Masked Carnivale. To survive this and to finish our required Blue Mage class quests, we are adding 8 specialized tools to handle the toughest stages. 8 spells just to get one? This better be the most stylish climb in history. It's about being prepared, Hiba. Let's get the kit ready. First, number 15, Sharpened Knife, our fastest physical melee filler. In later stages, some enemies are completely immune to magic, so you will need this to cut through them. A tiny knife? I feel like a very dangerous, very well dressed chef. Next is number 52, Northerlies. You need this for your level 50 quest, but it also can be useful during the mid stages of the carnival. We're heading to the hinterlands for number 62, Roguelikes. This is required to progress questline. It provokes enemies to the top of your enmity list. Useful if goggles start looking at Hiba instead of me. Wait, I have to learn how to kick like a frog? That is definitely not part of my brand. Then number 55, Abyssal Transfixion. A physical piercing attack that can apply paralysis. It is weaknesses magic can touch and buys your precious seconds. You will need number 58 Eerie Soundwave to dispel beneficial effects from enemies progressing through Masked Carnivale. Boss is buffed, hit them with this to shut it down. Number 73, Exuviation, is our most important survival tool. It is a heal that cleanses debuffs. If you don't clear the buff in the final fight immediately, you are dead. For mobility, number 7, Loom. You can find this in Amdapur or from Flame Sergeant Dalvak. And for the tip, Loom has no cast bar. Engage the enemy, but move out of melee range to trigger the cast. Use this to teleport across to the arena to dodge undodgeable hits. Teleporting across the stage, now that is a versatile legend entrance. Finally, number 53, Electrogenesis. We actually found this one in Heartslit, but Conodons have it too. It is a heavy hidden lightning AoE. With these 8 in your book, you finally have the tools to survive the show. Before we specialize, every loadout needs these 4 core spells. We already have Mimicry to set our roles, but these are our new mandatory targets for every specialist. Our primary ranged filler. It has a tiny cast time, making it perfect tool for moving through mechanics while weaving our off-global cooldowns. A mandatory 5% damage boost for the whole party. It is simple, effective, and should be used on every cooldown. You finally have the tools to survive the show. Now let's go earn our wings. The essential combat rise. You can't raid without this. It is the only thing standing between a quick recovery and a total wipe. A massive 400 potency of global cooldown. We use this across all roles to maximize damage during our burst windows. It sounds so angelic. Finally, a spell that truly matches my aura. A single red rose delivered at high speed. It is like a very aggressive Valentine. I love a spell that says, I am lovely, but don't touch the thorns. The tank actually has the most flexibility in their spell slots. We use our obtained tools like Diamond Bag and Mighty Guard, but we need this for absolute control. The legendary Blue Mage debuff. While most major raid bosses are immune to the status effects, it is still fantastic for the controlling ads and reducing incoming damage when the debuffs land. This increases the magic damage the boss takes. You will want to time this perfectly with your party's burst window to melt their health bar. Raid mitigation is expensive. When your mana bar hits 0 after a heavy mechanic, this is how you stay in the fight. It restores mana while lowering the boss's magic damage. Both tanks and healers should keep this on their bar for maximum stability. Main healers focus on safety while off healers play more like a DPS. For the main healer, you can still use Moon Fluid during those long stretches where the party isn't taking damage and the tank is stable. Our primary targeted heal. It replaces White Wind for the single target maintenance so we can save our mana for the big stuff. Makes a little pop sound. It's like a tiny magical party for your health bar. Our primary shield. This is mandatory for surviving heavy raid wide damage mechanics. Our main AoE heal. If you are tackling big healing checks like A8S or E12S, this is your most important button. A powerful heal over time. It allows you to focus on damage while the party's health steadily recovers in the background. Now for the high-end tech. Remember the rule. Only one person per party should bring these dots. Number 121 Mortal Flame for tries and raids, or number 109 Breath of Magic for dungeons. The core of the Winged Opener. It builds stacks that lead into a massive finish. Most of your party's DPS will be running this. The ultimate specialist tech. If you take damage while this is active, you unlock a 400 potency instant cast spam. It is high risk, but it is the highest reward. Tingle buffs your next physical hit, making triple Trident strike 3 times for massive burst damage. Using a fish to learn how to use a Trident. The logic is questionable, but the results are very flashy. We won't cover this spell yet. Fine, I will do the demonstration. But if you're already over 100 spells, load it up. This is a water elemental hit with a base potency of 500. If it's raining, showering, or there's a thunderstorm active, that potency doubles to 1000. It is a solid, high potency tool for any role's rotation. Whoa, look at you. You finally burned that noob tunic. You actually look like a versatile legend now. It was time for a glow up, Hiba. If we are going to clear the hardest raids, we need to look professional. Here are the 4 legendary blueprints for the level 8 meta. Pause the video now to copy this down. I love it. The graphics are as good as the new outfit. Any final advice for our new legends? For dungeons, you can take whatever you want. But make sure everyone has Ram's voice and ultra vibration to clear trash mobs instantly. As for final sting, bring it if you have the slot, but don't rely on it for the big level 80 bosses. So, are we done? Is the book full? Not quite. We have the raid tag. But next time in Milestone 4, we are becoming the map cleaner. We'll be doing a total open world scavenger hunt to sweep up every single remaining spell on the map. Oh, a scavenger hunt? But until then, I've got some savage raids to stream. Go finish that spellbook, and I'll see you on the raid floor.